Hello, my hotties. Very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, and we are, of course, live on the big one, 9 o'clock sharp Saturday night. Nothing gets past me. Lovely to be with you. So much to talk about tonight, and so little time to do it in, as always. So I shall be expecting to hear from you. We've got our beautiful Facebook with us tonight. Hello, Facebook. Lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo to every single one of you. And we've got the TikTok and we've got the YouTube. Am I correct? Is everybody here? Amy says, hey, Scottie and everyone, it's that time of the week again. I know, it just flies in. Hey, Scott, Dinky-Doo, I got you a question, says Eunice. Come on then, Eunice, spill your question. It's me, Scottie McClue, hashtag FLOTI, the first lord of the internet, all in uppercase. Ahoy, Scottie, says Admiral, Dinky-Doo Admiral. How lovely to have you with us. Hi, Topsway, hey, Dinky-Doo, lovely to have you with us as well. Hello, Scottie, and all the numpty heads going to be on your case for being late. Oh, numpty heads going to be on your case. No, we've just got more to do because we're including our beautiful, beautiful Facebookers, and they're there. Hi to the Facebookers, I say to you. Hello, everybody. Dinky-Doo, hiya. Lovely to have you with us. I say to you, give us a shout out. Who wants a shout out? Good evening, Scottie. Lillian says hi. And we've got Paul with us as well tonight. How amazing is that? I'll just come a little bit closer so I can see you all. There we are. That's fantastic. I've got my trusty coffee with me tonight. So there we have it. Dinky-Doo. Let's hear it for the coffee. Oh, I needed that. It's beautiful. It's got cream in it, I tell you. So there we are. Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo, everybody. Who have we got with us? And you've just joined us here on the Facebook Live. So lovely to have you with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I say we'll pop this up later. And then everybody gets a share of Scottie McClue. Lillian is getting a shouting out. The wonderful Ali McNeil says, good evening from Beaumore in Isla. Ha, kabraha, umaha, hakamaha. Falchi, ki dabili falchi. Don TikTok agus YouTube. I tell you. Colin Kelly says, STV should sign McClue. Oh, for goodness sake. The very first thing you should do, as you know, Colin, is ring McClue when you're starting something up. Thank you for my beautiful red rose. I tell you, has it got caffeine in it? Yes, it's not decaf. I once bought decaf by accident. Oh, good evening from Bournemouth, says Brune Breed. Hello, Scottie, how are you tonight, says Alan. It's nice to see you're wearing the tweed bonnet. Oh, Alan, wouldn't be seen without it. Do you know who Rabbi Burns is? Well, I know who he is. I haven't met him because he's been dead for a long time. Have you ever been to South Africa? Iris, that's a dream that I haven't fulfilled. My friend used to go to South Africa and have a braai. Yes, and see every day. Hallelujah. I tell you, so lovely to have you all with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our beautiful, beautiful Facebook Live. That's what it's all about. Whatever happened to Lynchman? Remember him? And then all the chat about the cheese. I met Lynchman. I won't be so base as to say where, but I met him. Buckled Scottie, I'm in the Seychelles. What's the number? The number is 01416289795. Get ringing and let's get you on, I say. So there we are. I'm just saying that the phones are lined up for you. Classic stuff. You're looking well. Oh, Colin, we're incredible, I tell you. What's your heritage? Oh, my heritage goes back to the 1100s. Are you back on calls? We're back on the calls, yes? You can phone Scottie McClue right now, I tell you, to say Dinky-Doo, but polite or lifetime ban. So there we are, I tell you. Hello from Donegal, D, Scottie, right across the water. Adam, Did you not come and see me from DINKY-DOO? I tell you. So there we go. This is amazing. 20 years later, absolutely. Antonia. Oh, Antonia. No, it's Antonio, isn't it? That one, to get that to work. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, Colin. How lovely to have you with us on the old YouTube. And set my question. What is your question? Dinky-Doo. Hail, hail. Oh, hail, hail. Are you a radio presenter? I recognize you. I am Danny. I present on the radio with a face like this. You'll see why. Oh, I got that in first. See what I did there? I tell you. The wonderful William Christie. Good evening, Dinky-Doo. William, how lovely to have you with us. And welcome to our new live on the Facebook Live. Guys, get onto Facebook, Glasgow Essentials. I used to love listening to you about 30 years ago at night on the radio. Dinky-Doo, William. Isn't that beautiful? Hello, Scottie, from the east end of Glasgow. Robert, I know it well. I know it very well indeed. Out to the Denniston and the Duke Street and the Park Head. There we are. Scottie for President of Scotland, says Chrissy. Chrissy, I think they should make an honorary president, and McClue could sit in the seat for new, you know, that sort of stuff. Rodney, Dinky-Doo, Bello, is it not Bella? Can you say you got this? Oh, I could say you got this. We got this. I'll tell you, beautiful Facebookers. We love the Facebookers. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for my 100 stars, William. William has sent me 100 stars on Facebook. Good evening, Scottie. I hope you're well. The wonderful Stephen Menzies, the man who keeps everything running. Stephen, I'll bet you've been very, very busy in the last 6 weeks. Thank you for everything you do for us. Yes, I'm just talking to the Facebook Live here, guys. Is your wife alive? Sadly, no. I'm having bourbon whiskey, says Brian. Oh, a wee touch of the bourbon. Are you having it on the rocks? So are you still on the stem cell patches, Scottie? Runebreed, I am big time. I think have I got one on? Can you see it? Oh, geez. Geez. Yeah, there it is at the back. My stem cell patch. See it there? Everybody see my stem cell patch? The X39. So there we are. Get yourselves on, I tell you. That's what it's all about. Nice one, Scottie. How are you doing? Blessings. Thank you, Chrissy. I tell you. What do you say? He supports lots of other teams in Scotland. Of course I do. I support them, not financially now, I have to say. Good evening, everybody. A Dinky-Doo to our beautiful Facebook Live. Is that not amazing? I PM'd you on Messenger. Jason, I might get it, I might not. I've got so much stuff comes in. So there we are. Yes, I'm on the X39. Where did I put my little envelope for you? And I can show you the envelope. Yay! Here we go, guys. If you're no wheel, look up that X39. Okay? So there we are. That's what you want to be looking up. I tell you, lifewave.com. And if you go /Big Talk Man, that's me. Okay? Anybody can look it up. You just pop it into your search engine. Hello, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. It's wonderful stuff. Have you tried them, Neil? Is that your father in the picture behind you, Scottie? Which one, William? No, that's me. That's me. I've got a picture of my father here. I'll show you. But no, that's me. I tell you. Joyce, lovely to have you with us. Joyce, how lovely. So there we are. A big shout out to you. This is amazing, guys. Give us a call if anybody wants to give us a call. If you got something to talk about. There we are. I hear you with that cough. I got bacteria in my lungs. I'm a non-smoker. I've got a great doc, Scottie. Oh, Chrissy, It comes and goes. So there we are. I mix with a lot of people at my work. And, I've probably picked up a week off. I've just had a week off, actually. Here we go. That is just bliss. I can highly recommend it. Coffee and cream. So there we go. Who else have we got here? Take care, says Chrissy. You take care, Chrissy. Please, no foul language in the show. We wouldn't have it. I have never used foul language on air. So there we are. It's good to see you. I loved you on the radio. The best late nights, Turkish Tam. Were they not just something else? Everybody's asking about it. That's all I get is, can it not come back? Stephen says, yes, was busy helping out transferring passengers from terminating trains at Motherwell to local services into central low level, of course. So there we are. The bad central fire, thank goodness the brigade managed to save. Oh, telephone. You're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Scottie, it's Tulsa.
Oh, Tulsa, hey, you're early tonight.
I know. Somebody said that they asked about foul language, so I thought, somebody's called my name. I might as well phone
Foul
in.
language. No, Chrissy's just saying there, you're very respectful, and we are.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll fix that as well, Scotty. Don't you worry. I'll bring the tone down. Listen, the reason I was going to phone.
Yes.
As if I need a reason to phone.
You don't need a reason to phone me. You can ring anytime for a chat.
Yeah, I'll wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning after I've had half a bottle of scotch. How does that sound?
Here, what about this? Here's Amy saying, I heard the 90s show, TFI Friday was coming back. Why not Scottie? Time for a 90s revival.
Well, that's actually what I was going to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Last week you suggested that I look, when we were talking, you suggested that I look up your former colleague, John Myers.
Oh, Big John, yes.
Now, I did, and it was remarkable that on YouTube, you can't get it on the iPlayer, but on YouTube, there's a documentary made 27 years ago called Trouble at the Top.
What's it?
I think we're still going.
Yes, when we launched the station.
Yeah, can I say the station's now defunct? Can I use the name of the station?
Century Radio.
Century Radio, of course, you know it. But the documentary, as I say, you can get it on YouTube. It's very low quality because it's standard definition television, but it is well worth watching. You're on it, of course.
Oh yes, we had to have a bit of a chat about things.
But it's focused on getting a kind of not very competent former politician. But what is notable is that this is the BBC, so it's fact. I say that with irony.
It's fact.
But the BBC voiceover says that with Scottie McClue, their most expensive acquisition.
Ooh, I never knew that.
They actually say that in the voiceover. It's where for anybody who's interested, it's BBC Trouble at the Top, Century Radio.
Well, I don't work for nothing, you know.
Well, that's evident. But no, you read it quite a bit. I mean, the way that they focus it. But John Myers looks, he's fantastic. The looks that he's given while this inept, never, he doesn't know how to use a desk. He doesn't know anything. Well,
no, but I mean, he's new to that. I mean, you're talking about a very brilliant guy, but I mean, when anybody's new to a technical setup, anyway, we'll not go into all that, but what was very kind of John, he was talking just conspiratorially to the team, well, to the whole of the audience, really. But he said about McClue, he said he's the best in, I think he said the best in Britain or the best in the business or something. And I thought, I like that, because you see, there were, I think at that time you would know more because you've watched it more recently. I think there were 36 mainstream radio services in the northwest of England. So
Yeah.
you can't muck about. And people now going, oh, I don't know, Scottie McClue. Oh, I don't know. One idiot actually said, well, I could maybe hire you and fire you. And I thought, listen, are you just, just go away back to your bed? Was really what I thought, just. And John had it exactly right, because he knew what was hanging on that 5.2 million of what you called a TSA, a transmission service area, right? Or transmission survey area. And he knew what was hanging on that. And he'd done all the big talk. And he knew it's possible to do it, but you need the right people. So all eyes were on that station because they had won it, and other people would have wanted it because it was a very lucrative patch, if you see what I mean, because it's just so big. So everybody wants to advertise, but bring me the numbers. And as you know, sales teams will tell you anything, but actually bringing in the numbers and the bacon. Same with broadcasters. Oh, yes, very charming, very. But they've got to actually get the audience on side.
Well, that's what's so fascinating about this documentary. I'm so glad that about it, because it's entertaining, even if nobody knew anything about it. It's entertaining. But John, there's a scene that I can't believe they allowed the documentary crew to film this, but there's like a religious broadcaster who was hired just to do like 15 minutes a day, and it's the most gentle, kindest, but firm sacking I've ever seen of anybody.
Oh, he's amazing. He once got a hold of a very senior person, and he said to me, oh, you and me need to have a chat. And just to tip you the wink, it's the kind of chat that I chat and you listen.
Chat without coffee.
Here's a woman called Nellie, and she says he's boring. Now I don't know if she means me or you.
Oh no! I can play Scottie. It can't possibly be me.
It's not you.
I haven't watched John Myers. Scottie, I'm afraid we're going to have to have a conversation.
Oh yes. Do you know, it was absolutely wonderful, though. I never in 10 years had to bother about complaints. He dealt with everything.
Well, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it with the talent. But he also did he walked the walk as well.
Oh, he did the breakfast show.
Lunch, yeah. Absolutely mental. It's brilliant.
Yeah, did the breakfast show. And there were huge moments. For instance, being the Northwest, you very often got calls about the Moors murders. And the parents called the station as well. Not to me, but to one of the other stations. And people would tell you the most incredible stories. One guy said he was I think he was about 9 and his wee brother was 6, and they'd been to Manu. They were walking back along the road, and the little Ford Prefect or whatever it was, stopped, and she swung her legs out and said, do you want a lift, love? We'll take you anywhere you need to go. And it was her.
Oh, wow.
And he said, I told my wee brother just to run, and then I ran.
Well, when I worked at the BBC many years ago, without going into any particular details, but I was at the audience interaction level of it, and I had some conversations with people who had grievous experiences, and relatives of famous people and famous deaths and things like that. So you have to have a skill set in order to deal with these things, as you always did, because you would always get calls from people recently bereaved and all the rest of it.
Oh, but it was big stuff. And of course, I got attacked by a media journalist. It's on the Message Radio 4 because, Dame Jenny died last week that used to do Women's Hour. And, she was great. And this guy was attacking me, said, you've got no support network. You're not trained. And I said, look, if we saved one life, it's worth it. And I know for a fact we've saved many, because we had people on wanting to take their lives, all sorts of things, and we'd just talk away to them and what have you.
And the thing is, though, Scotty, is those people that back in the day when these poor bereaved people in between the bands, right? These poor people would phone you, but they would never have phoned an actual support network.
No.
But it was you're the person that gave them the impetus to actually get help. And then, as I always say, I'm not blowing smoke. It really was remarkable. And I've never listened to local radio of any variety. It was only in the Scottie FM days that I ever tuned my dial to any commercial radio or local radio at all. I've never had an interest in it since I was a kid, and it was just that brief glorious period in the 90s, and I've never been back since to any of the commercial stations.
We got stuck right in. I'll tell you what I did have, though. I had a huge big ring file on the desk, and if there was anything specific, and I can remember one night a lovely old guy phoned, and he was an ex-coal miner. And I said, so what is it you do yourself, Frank, or whatever you say? Oh, I'm a miner. I said, oh, you'll be coining it in now, eh? Are you putting in a claim for the white knuckle finger? I said, on the old silicosis, are you doing that one? And he, of course, just having a laugh with him. And he goes, look at this. Here's easy. You, James H. Reeve, Tommy Boyd, Nick Abbott, Ian Lee, and Caesar the Geezer, the legend of radios. That's amazing. He knows every phone-in presenter. He's missed out James Stanich, who passed away last week, who was outstanding on Piccadilly Radio. He was just absolute. These guys were really outstanding. I used to put them on when I finished before their show had and listen on the way back. But what was I going to tell you there? What were we talking about?
Well, it was John Mayer, Breakfast Show.
Breakfast Show, yeah, but we...
You dealing with potentially suicide.
Oh, yes. So the miner phoned and he said, no, not Scotty. No, I have to stop. You. I don't get a thing for all these, 30 years down the mines. And I said, you're joking me. I said, you must have a good pension, though. No, I don't. I said, right, go and get yourself a pen and paper. And I flicked open this file. And there was a big helpline from the coal board, right, about minor settlement and things like that. I said, you ring that. And just for a laugh, I said, you tell them you've been talking to Scottie McClue and you're not putting up with any nonsense. And can they have a look for you? I kid you not, Tups. He phoned me back, I think it was 2 days later, and he said, I don't know what to say to you. I want to thank you. I said, what do you want to thank me for? I rung that number, and they've given us £150 a week backdated.
Oh, fantastic.
I said, oh, that's great. He said, I need to thank. I said, listen. I said, you don't need to thank me. I said, I'm just so glad for you. Oh, it's just great, is this. Anyway, he wouldn't stop, though. He kept ringing every night just to say thanks. And I had to say to him, look, it's nothing to do with me. That's your money. You're due it.
That's the best story. It gives me slight chills. Hearing you redo some of your greatest hits, it makes me chill. It feels like the 90s again.
I was talking to a friend in his car one day, and he stopped, and I said, are you still there? He goes, yeah. He said, can I be honest with you? I'm just enjoying it. It's like listening to the Scottie McClue show.
Exactly. They're just very, very finally, they're talking about how much it costs to set up a radio station on this documentary I watched. And now, thanks to you investing in all this technological wonders that you've got, I get to talk to you for nothing.
Absolutely free as a bird. And I love that. I was talking to somebody one day and they're going, oh, you could do a paywall. People would pay £1. And I said, listen, I am free. If somebody wants to send us £1, great. But no, you don't pay for Scottie McClue.
That's listen, I'm going to let you go so that
Oh.
someone less boring than myself.
No, I don't think that was aimed at you. I think that was aimed at me.
All right. Well, listen, Scotty, a joy as always. Take care of yourself.
You look after your dear self, Tups, and Dinky-Doo. What a fine fellow. Tups for Hay, give us a call, folks. 01416289795. Have you ever heard of Frank? Now, Frank, tell me more. I tell you. So there we are. You are a rising star, it says, Frank. Here. Darren's there. Hi from the Isle of Bute, Scotty. Hiya, Darren. Maria Law says, hello, Scotty. I'm late to the party. Yes, but you're here, Maria, and that's beautiful. Richard says, hello from Canada on the Facebook Live. Hello, Scotty. I'm Tam. Hello, Tam. I'm Scotty. Cool score. We love it, I tell you. Shout out to Lisa and Teddy, please, says Lisa. Please say hello to Teddy and Lisa. Well, we've just done that. My uncle Barry got me into you in the 90s, Scotty. He was a huge fan. Brilliant, you're still doing your thing. You're pure genius. I thank you. Shipunit. Hey. I heard the 90s show. Hello to Jamie and Donald in Greenock. Lovely to have you with us. Good evening, Scotty. How are you doing? Dinky-Doo, Colin. Absolutely, Colin. And lovely to hear from you. There's Kai. Excellent, Kai. 90. So there we go. Cool score. Absolutely, Richard. This is so good. Is that your? Oh yes, we've done that one, really, haven't we? Now, William, sending me huge pennies. I'm just running through here. So we've got Tam. What's the latest on your proposed breakfast shows, says Stephen? Stephen, we're looking at all these things. The only thing is, if I have to be away sharp in the morning, it could sort of, mix up the old times. Did you like that film Highlander, Scotty? You hear they're in Fort William right now. Filming a remake. Very good, very good. And of course, this week, the anniversary of Culloden. We should have won that. There we are. I always think war brings new technology. And I think, what would Culloden have been like if we'd been able to whistle up a squadron of Spitfires from Dalcross Airport? 5 minutes away, and just give the English a wee bit of the did. I tell you. Thank you, Susan. You're most kind, says Tups. So there we are. Great call, Tups, says Susan. Susan loves the calls, and so do I. Just having a wee wipe down there, guys. Very warm in the studio tonight. Do you still say, stick your tongue out and say ta-ta? I do. If you look at the TikTok videos, you'll see last night, I'm sitting there and we finish up with stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. There we go. And Tam's joined us as well. Lovely to have you with us, Tam, on the TikTok. That's what it's all about. Now then, who else have we got here? I'm just scrolling up here, folks. What's interesting is that you've to relearn everything. The Isle of Bute. We love you in the Isle of Bute. There we go. That's fantastic. The Mumbling Pants says AJL. Oh, the old Mumbling Pants, yes. You have a great-looking hat, says iCast. Fireball. Are you Fireball XL5? I'd fly you around the universe. Culloden, 250 years. Do you know what I would like to see, Amy? I'd like to see the British government get their wallet open and rebuild Linlithgow Palace from the ground up, make it stunning, and give the First Minister and maybe me as the President of Scotland. Oh, see what I just did there? A wee flat. So there you go. Dave, I think we'll get rid of you. because we do not have any low lives on here. So if you don't mind, we'll have to say bye. Bye to Dave. I'll just get that again. There we go. You need to raise your game, Dave. That's it. Okay, he should have gone. Oh, dear me. I tell you. That's it. Wonderful stuff. Hi, Ali, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us and a very warm welcome. Great idea, Scottie, but these people can't fill in the holes in the road. No, but if Scotland was independent and we weren't giving all our money to Westminster, did you know there was a house from Queen Street? What was that? Did you know there was a house moved from Queen Street to Blair Tummock Park? I didn't know. I can remember walking with my father in Bellahouston Park, and he took me up to the rise in the park. I think it's probably the ski slope and everything's there now, isn't it? And I was just a wee boy, and he showed me a pile of stones, and he said, that's from the old Bellahouston house. Who will you be voting for in the next election? Well, Ali, A, you would never tell anybody who you vote for, and B, I'm not political. So there we are. 1800 it was moved. Wow, why was it moved? My mate is a big fan of yours. Can you give him a shout out? Of course I can, Stevie. A nostalgic chat about the 90s show, the Scottie McClue show, the Scottie McClue Nightline, Scottie McClue's phone in. How are you? Like Dr. Trump. So there you go. Do you like Dr. Trump? Dr. Trump, you just watch. He will save the world. He's going about it the right way. Scottie, do you remember when we spoke about the end of times over 25 years ago? Yes, Elijah, you should give me a call because I'd love to know what you think about the end of times. Tadpole says, hello from New Zealand on the TikTok from New Zealand. We love it. This is amazing, guys. Good evening, everybody. There's the wonderful Dee Gourley. Dee, when I looked up, you'd sent me a lovely message and I looked it up and I couldn't get back to you, but so lovely to see you. And thank you for all your kindness and your support over the last 30 years. There we are, Dee's on the Facebook. Yes, we've got 3 things going here. Scottie, I tell you, right, give us a call. Elijah, are you in the UK? 0141, there we are, 628-9795. 0141-628-9795. And we can chat about the end times. There's Steve, Dinky-Doo. What's your opinion on Lowe? Arthur Lowe. So there we are. Climb a chimney, says Badger. How do you know I haven't climbed a chimney, Badger? It's warm in here. I tell you. Oh, there we go. Much better that. Scottie, I think we need to report Numpty Heed missing. Yes, Susan, Numpty Heed may well be missing. I don't think we'll report at the moment in case he's having a refreshment. So there we are. I think he meant Rupert Lowe, my G. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I've got you now. Sorry. Love you, Scottie. Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo. Thank you very much. So there we have it. Who have we got here? You look like Fred. Apparently, I look like Fred Dibnah. Now, somebody told me that, and we put some glasses on. And some said, dead ringer for Fred Dibnah. Loved Fred Dibnah. And so there we go. Good evening, everybody. So lovely to see Dee Gourley there. Great lady. Now, Scottie, you climbed the chimney from the inside. Was that not your first job? Back in 1886. Aha! That's how I'm so fit. Used to get up the lum. Travel and food ends very soon, poor little boys. You know, the thing about being a chimney boy was it didn't suit me. See what I just did there? Didn't suit me. Thoughts about Brexit? The biggest act of self-harm since the First World War. But we've done it now. So there we go. And the problem is Europe is a different place. So there we are. Even Mr. Trump is getting fed up with them. So that tells you something, because he's pretty tolerant. So there we go. Lucas says Starmer or Farage. Oh, it's a bit early to be predicting these things, but very strange goings on this week, I tell you. We'll call on you this evening, Scottie, when this will be your theme. So there we are. Excellent. Nice suit joke. Going to steal that. Did you like that one, Tops? I didn't want to be a chimney sweep's boy because it didn't suit me. I remember saying to my pal, I said, was the sweep good? The sweep came with a range in the flat. We thought we'd better get it swept rather than put the whole tenement up. And I said, was the sweep good? And he went, the sweep's dear. Dinky-Doo, Scottie and chat. Judy Winder, how lovely to have you with us. Great stuff. This is amazing, guys. We started this just as a bit of fun about 10 years ago. I think it'd be 10 years ago. And we're still going. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you want to know the latest, get yourselves on to Facebook at Glasgow Essentials and TikTok at Scottie McClue. There we are. Hi, Dee, says Susan. Dinky-Doo, Susan, on the Facebook there. How wonderful is that? You're great people. Great people. I once had a French-Canadian girlfriend. Trying to explain jokes like that was impossible. Yeah, I don't get that. No, we're pretty quick in this country with stuff. Cream in the coffee, guys. Time for a general sup. Tops, general sup. That's lush. Supping is ordered, sir. Absolutely, a general sup. Guys, if you're just new to the show, if we're having a general sup, whatever you're having as a light refreshment on a Saturday night, you take a sup. You know, we don't have too many general sups in case somebody's on the high spirits, you know. Hi, Scottie, just camping up at Glencoe. You're camping up at Glencoe. Wonderful. Are you having a great time? Have you been into Ballachaholish? JJ Dog Gaming has sent me roses. J Dog, how lovely to see you. J Dog, are you not very proud of this old chap here? Do you remember when we couldn't get the power up on the computer, the processors? Oh, now we've got the lot, the phones, all singing, all dancing. You should give us a call. I tell you, long-time watcher, wonderful stuff. So good to have you with us, Gallery 42. So they were. I'd get arrested for drunken disorderly. I could say, "Scottie McClue." I'll tell you, that was the one. Remember, a big boy did it and ran away. I saw it used in the Scottish Parliament from one First Minister to another. I think it was an ex-First Minister. Oh, it wasn't me. A big boy did it and ran away. We love all that. It's not very cold up in Glencoe right now, and it's only April. Well, good, but don't take any chances. Up at Ballachaholish, there in Dura. You're not far from Dura, but you've got the Ballachaholish Bridge. Yes. Now, who have we got here? You're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Scottie. It's Numpty.
Numpty Head, thank goodness. Numpty Head, Susan was beginning to wonder if we should report you missing.
and let you know that reports of my being missing are greatly exaggerated.
Greatly exaggerated, and we're into exaggeration anyway.
Indeed we are. Now then. Aye, Scottie. Are you listening?
I'm always listening. That's what we're here for. This is the listening show.
Well. Now, you started without me.
We had to.
So,
We couldn't leave it any longer. We did wait.
arrived at 6 minutes past 9 and you'd already started.
Aye, we gave you a minute tonight, but we had to start. We had to start in case Numpty he'd phoned and complained.
Indeed. Anyway, aye. Here, listen. Oh, aye. Another thing, Scottie.
Yes, sir.
The mines. You were talking about the mines earlier.
The mines, yes. You've got the mines out your way.
£150 a week.
We got them for £150 a week, backdated.
Aye.
So they just hadn't got a record of them and all the rest of it. And once they'd processed everything, they thought, that's fine. And how long did you work there? 30 years. There you go.
And how did he speak?
Aye, well, Lancashire, you know.
Aye.
The nose.
There you are. No, Scottie, listen to this. Now, Maggie Thatcher, she shut the mines down, correct?
She shut everything down. The shipyards, the lot.
Best thing she ever done. Why are you silent?
Because you're on pretty thin ice here, pal.
No, Scottie, I've always got an explanation.
Although, do you remember, wait a wee minute, Numpty, let's be serious for a second, because I'm going to ask you something. I know how clever you can be when you put your clever hat on. Now, you're mortarboard. Now, the rest of us are no board. Now, wait, do you remember Willie Hamilton, the MP for East Fife?
No,
I remember
East Fife.
East Fife, right. He was a big anti-monarchist in the days when it just wasn't fashionable, right? Now you get anti-monarchists are 10 a penny, right? But it just wasn't fashionable there. You know, you could have got a slap for saying something against the Queen. And anyway, Willie was the MP for East Fife, and it was a big mining area, because I suppose you're out methyl streams, all that stuff there, and lots of mines. And he said he would like to see a day when nobody had to go down a mine again. Now, that's a big left-wing MP in a mining constituency.
Right.
So it was very interesting, you know what I mean? And all the miners would be there, you know, because they'd be missing it. Like in Yorkshire, when I went down to Yorkshire, she just shut the mines. And somebody said there might not be much coal being mined out in the mines. He says, but there's tons of it being mined in the pub every night, you know.
Right. Do you want me to back up my statement where I said it was
I think you'd better. I think you'd better, because this is survival for you, Numpty. You're on a tightrope here.
Well, if you'd sit down and take a breath and let me explain myself.
I'm listening.
You know me, so little to say and so much time to say it.
Oh,
before you can,
absolutely.
Now let me go on with it.
Right, come on, we're waiting.
I watched a video that was filmed in 1969.
Right.
Craghead Colliery.
Right.
Between Newcastle and Durham.
County Durham,
that closed in 1969.
Big mining area.
And the cameras followed the miners through their lives, you know, to the point where they shut the mine. Even the miners that had laddies that worked down there. Now, Scottie, let me tell you, when they shut that mine down, the felly that got made retired says to his laddie, 50 years ago, if you told me you wanted to work in the mines, I would have told you no, because it's robbed a lot of men of their health. Now, if you want a wee bit cold to heat your house for the sake of an old man's health, then let that be on your shoulders, Scottie, because I will not be part of it.
Wow. You could be at the open cast.
All that dust
Well, do you know, when you think about it, when the Coleman came, mind when the Coleman came with a cart, in your day, it would have been a horse and cart.
Aye.
And the Coleman came to Cole, and it was 12 and 6 a bag, and you just shouted them up to the tenement. And of course, in the kitchen, people had a coal bunker. All over Edinburgh, Glasgow, the whole lot, the range and the coal bunker. All your ships. Britain, right, was responsible for 75% of the world's coal. And what ruined the market was the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. They were too punitive to Germany, and somebody added in, and I'll tell you what else you can do for us all. You can give us cheap coal. So they gave them cheap coal, and of course it ruined the British market. That's how narrow-minded these politicians are.
It doesn't look more than white fingers, Scottie.
Oh, terrible. The silicosis in the chest. And
so that's why I say it was a good thing they shut the mines down. And you know, they'll never be able to open up again, Scottie.
Well, no, because they'll be flooded.
When they shut the mines down.
They'll flood.
You know the lift that goes down the shaft?
I can.
Well, the shafts are normally about 900 feet. Ooh. And what they do when they dismantle the mines, they cut the chains and let the shaft fall. So anything goes down, you're just going to land on top of a lift.
Wow. Have you ever been down one yourself?
No, Scottie.
See, I talked to all the York, because out where you are, there's lots of the Musselburgh out that way as well.
You got the
Newton Grange, Dalkeith. Yeah, Lady Victoria Colliery at Dalkeith, Bilston Glen Colliery. These were big collieries. And what's the other one just off the bypass? Moncton Hall. That's your big one there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moncton.
Oh, you're well, I remember, Scottie, just in case.
And then out Preston Pans and McMurray and Ken.
But can I just, I remember, Scottie, in case anybody's interested, the traffic lights by the Commonwealth Pool are out.
Oh, are they?
Aye. So it's just to let people be aware.
So have you got to take pot luck, as they say?
See, you heard it here first on McClue's.
We're always up to date, and a lot of that's thanks to you, Numpty. But no, that's very, very interesting, Numpty. I'm telling you about the coal mines. You could have the open cast, of course.
Aye. But listen, another thing, Scottie. You mentioned somebody was camping up at Glencoe.
Ken. Well, they mentioned to me.
Aye. Well, you'll never guess what.
I'll never guess what.
I was actually thinking about going up to Glencoe tomorrow.
Away you go. Do you know it well? Do you go up
Camping.
Glamping?
No, camping.
Camping. Right. What's glamping? What is that?
And you've got a kettle that works.
Oh, I see. All that stuff. Do you mind the wee Primus stove?
You got an indoor toilet.
Oh, right. You've all that. So it's because a lot of the young ladies arrive at campsites now and they go, where do you charge your phone? Where do you plug in your hair dry, my curlers and all that? You know, your straighteners.
Here, Scottie, Ken what?
Ken.
Now, I don't know if you've been following the politics lately.
Oh, have I been
like to talk about politics with Kareem?
Yes.
Well, seeing Kareem's not here, and I thought, I'll speak about politics.
You could maybe sit in, was what you were thinking.
Aye. Now, Scottie, do you remember a television show? Yes, Minster.
Oh, loved it. Nigel Hawthorne, Paul Eddington, and the guy that used to be with Boom Boom, the wee fox. Derek Fowler.
Well, I never watched the other band when I was growing up. I was too busy throwing snowballs at people's windows or tapping their doors and running away. All that kind of stuff. But I managed to catch a clip. Yeah, when it was Prime Minister.
Oh, fantastic!
And
the funny thing is, it's like history repeating itself yet back then it was a joke. Because the script back then was normally sack the civil servant in principle, but in practice you can't. And the Prime Minister says, why not? He says, because you sack a civil servant, it normally leads to an inquiry, which normally leads back to the Minister. And I thought, that's happening now.
Now, Numpty, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to comment on anything live because I would never do that. But no names, no Padro. But I'll tell you what I can tell you. You're 100%, and I'll tell you why you're 100%. The civil service is what's effectively the permanent government, right? And they are getting on with it now. In theory, once you make it to ministerial level, you could sit in your office all day and ask for nothing more than, could somebody get me a coffee and a biscuit, please? Right? Because they're not bothered. But if you said, could you give me the figures for, they'd be there on your desk in minutes, right? And if it was a high enough ranking thing, then the permanent secretary would say, what does he want that for? I'll take them in or whatever. You know what I mean? So you've got all that going now. There's an unspoken rule in Parliament, right? The present lot might not know all this, believe it or not, you know, especially some of the younger members, but there's an unspoken rule. You never blame anything on your civil servants, right? Because it will come back on you tenfold. Because what you're doing is you're effectively threatening the establishment, right? Because if you look at it, politicians come and go. Secretaries are career, particularly the mandarins, because the kind of knowledge and the level these guys operate at, you can't buy it. You can't buy it, right? They've got to just know it. Now, here's what's interesting. I was watching Parliament a few years ago now, maybe five years, maybe no more, 10 years. And a young kind of wet behind the ears politician was on his feet. And he goes, and I blame the civil service for this. And as soon as he'd uttered it, I'm sitting in my armchair watching this, right? As soon as he'd uttered it, I thought, that will come back in you. You will pay for that remark. How right was I? Either the next day or the day after, the young politician's up on his hind legs in Parliament. He says, I apologize unreservedly to the civil service, and I apologize unreservedly to the House, and sat down again. So what's happened is the civil servant has had a word. I mean, I'll give you an example. We can say his name because sadly he's no longer with us. But do you remember Robin Cook?
Yes.
And Robin Cook was Foreign Secretary, I think, at the start of the Iraq War. And he's in the Foreign Secretary's big residence one night. And his Sir Humphrey, the permanent secretary, was with him. And Robin got up and put his jacket on, I think, 6, 7 o'clock on a Saturday evening. And his Sir Humphrey said to him, what are you doing? And he said, I'm going out to get some food and stuff like that, Are we done here for that? And his civil servant said to him, no, we are certainly not. He said, we are working tonight. If you want food, I'll have it sent in.
Well, there you go.
And that just shows you, because, if you get a new foreign secretary, he said, even the travel just about kills them. Because, you're in India on Tuesday and you're in China on Friday and all this. You see? So without the civil service, just, we couldn't do a thing. So if somebody has blamed a civil servant, or they've been in a rush, as I heard today, to claim a scalp, then that will run and run.
There you go.
Because have you ever heard the motto in Falkirk? Right?
You know,
And it's, I'd rather meddle with the deal than the bairn of Falkirk. The bairn of Falkirk was the laird, right? I'd rather meddle with the deal than the bairn of Falkirk. And in Falkirk, their mantra is touch yin, touch awe. Right?
Aye.
So if you ever go at one of us, the rest of us will be on your case. And that probably sums up the civil service. Touch yin, touch awe. So if somebody has touched yin, they've touched awe. Trust me. Watch this week.
There you go. Now, Scottie, you know, talking to you is like talking to Mrs. Numpty. I've never had a chance to get a word in.
You don't get a word in, you know. You don't want to interrupt me.
You're terrible. You're Scottie phone in, and the thing is, we just sit there and listen to your stories.
To my nonsense.
Your rubbish. Ah, yeah.
All the rubbish of the day.
It's time you went.
It's time you went and you stick your tongue out and say ta-ta.
Away you go and stop talking nonsense.
Ta-ta. There's Numpty, he'd gone, some man, I tell you. The civil servants wield more power, says Robert, than people think, but I do think they need to be slimmed down. Civil servants are not transparent. They operate in the background, and we don't know who they are. Well, we don't. We're going to have to go. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that? Dinky-Doo. Right, there we are. Okay, guys, we're out of time, sadly. It's heartbreaking. What a wonderful, wonderful show tonight. We can discuss so many interesting things. Hello, Scotty from sunny Clydebank, says Sean. Sean, we love you here. The rank is but the guinea stamp. The man's the gowd for all that. I was putting a thing about the monarchy in this week, and somebody said, are you working on your knighthood? And I said, no, there's no requirement for any of that because I'm a Scot. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. That's our beautiful TikTokers have had to go, and I'll tell you, there's calls coming in all the time. We're going to have to go. Love you lots. Ta-ra, lads. Ta-ta. Now, all you beautiful Facebookers, Facebook Live. Ta-ta.